the World Bank publishes the World Development Report covering a particular theme. In 2013, the title of the bank's World Development Report was Jobs. This simple title said much about the most pressing economic issue facing the world at that time, and a problem that remains current today as it was 10 years ago. The number of people who are unemployed and the length of time that they remain unemployed is rising. The World Bank has put the unemployment rate for Kenya at 5.7% in 2024. In view of these statistics, reducing unemployment is arguably the single most important economic objective of the present moment. As we conclude this inaugural Jamhuri National Job Fair 2024, I am grateful to all who came up with this theme and conceptualized the hosting of a national consultation on the question of employment and job creation. I want to pay great tribute to Minister for Labor, Dr. Alfred Mutua, the wonderful team of senior government officials, principal secretaries, Mwadime, Principal Secretary Roslyn Jogu, Principal Secretary Esther Moria, and all the heads of the various agencies of the government of Kenya. And in a particular way, I pay great tribute on this occasion to His Excellency, the Ambassador of Qatar to the Republic of Kenya, who have facilitated the outcome we celebrate today. Thank you very much. And I want all of you to know, and the teams that have worked with you, and all the partners, that what you're doing is not only historic, but goes a long way in solving the crisis of our time, not just in Kenya, but in the world. And that is to find opportunities for young people to earn a living, to work, and to build inclusive economies for our people. I want to appreciate the behind the scenes and the great strategic and operational support offered to this program by a young man called Dennis Etumbi, who has always been on the forefront in this national endeavor for many years now. Congratulations to all of you. This event today stands as a testament of our collective commitment as government, private sector, and citizens to address one of the most critical challenges of our time, namely creating sustainable economic opportunities for our people and enhancing household incomes. Through the collective engagements of the last 4 days, we have witnessed the power of collaboration, dialogue, and action in the true spirit of our nation, our heritage and splendor. Ladies and gentlemen, the cornerstone of the Jamhuri Job Fair has been a dialogue on employment creation. The government is committed to job creation through strategic investments in agriculture, manufacturing, green energy, technology, and tourism, among other sectors. We are not merely creating jobs. We are crafting pathways to dignity, self-reliance, and prosperity for every Kenyan. Our job creation strategy is structured like the proverbial three-legged stool, kazi kwa ground, kazi majuu, and kazi mtandaoni. This approach ensures that we create jobs locally, even as we actively engage in creating jobs online and creating an overseas workforce through the labor mobility program. I would like to explain that the labor mobility program is one of the three strategic approaches to job creation that the government of Kenya is undertaking. The first strategic approach is to create jobs in Kenya, within Kenya, by expanding the economy and by also partnering with the private sector to absorb as many young people as we can in the public sector and in the private sector. We have a number of labor-intensive programs that are ongoing that are creating jobs for many young people as we speak within the country. This includes the ongoing affordable housing program opportunities that are ongoing in all the 47 counties of Kenya, the construction of county aggregation and industrial parks in all the 47 counties of Kenya, the construction of economic stimulus market projects across the country. I think we are building about 400 markets, and also other works that are ongoing in various government programs. And there are many opportunities, not just for young people to work in these programs, but also for manufacturers who are in the housing industry, construction industry, to enhance their capacity to absorb a few more people because of increased sales in cement, windows, doors, and everything that goes into the construction industry. Other than that, we have the Climate Works program, which is allowing young people to get jobs in our climate change and ecosystem restoration program, which has begun in Nairobi with about 20,000 young people and will be expanded to 40,000 within Nairobi and then to other parts of the country in the coming months. The second strategy, ladies and gentlemen, is kazi mtandaoni. And even before I talk about kazi mtandaoni, it is important again to remind us that within the kazi kwa ground, other than in the construction industry, as I have explained, we continue also to absorb young people and workers in the public sector. In the last 2 years alone, we have employed 76,000 teachers, a historic high by any administration in 2 years. We have also employed thousands of others in the Kenya Defense Forces, the National Police Service, in ministries, departments, and agencies within the public sector. Others have been absorbed in the private sector as the economy continues to recover. So we are creating jobs in Kenya. And that program of kazi kwa ground must continue in earnest in the new year, and we are going to create more and more opportunities here in Kenya, even as we continue expanding our economy. I want to say we've come from a very difficult economic situation. In the last 2 years, the macroeconomic indicators in many parts of the world were looking not so good, including for Kenya, as a result of the 2 years of COVID between 2020 and 2021, when the economy of the country and many other parts of the world were closed down completely. That, with the high interest global rates, global high interest rates, the war in Ukraine, and a few other factors led to the kind of crisis which we came face to face with in 2022 when this administration assumed office. I am pleased to report that the worst is behind us. 2 years down the line, by the grace of God and the hard work of this administration under the stewardship of President William RUTO, the macroeconomic situation has been brought into stability. Today, inflation, which was at 9.7%, is at 2.7%, the lowest in 17 years. Today, the exchange rate, the strength of the Kenyan shilling, which was weakening every day, if not every hour, has been stable from a high of nearly 170 to a stable 127, 129 for the last almost 1 year. Today, the prices of fuel have been stable and decreasing every month. Today, the prices of essential commodities, foodstuffs, are reducing, especially maize flour and other staple foods. And therefore, the macroeconomic situation looks good. Not to forget, in the same vein, that the interest rates for the middle class who are looking for money to expand their businesses are going down every day, every month. From a high 15.5% a year ago, today we are talking about 11.25%, which is a record decrease in so many years. So the macroeconomic situation is under control. What remains in the months and days ahead is to strengthen the microeconomic situation in our country, to provide more jobs to our people, and enhance incomes at household level. And that is the work that lies ahead of us in the next 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, in order to meet this aspiration, and before I talk about that, I also need to mention that is the Kazi Kwa Ground program. We also have Kazi Mtandaoni program, which is creating online jobs, digital jobs. How are we doing this? We are constructing 1,450 ICT hubs, one in every ward in Kenya. Today, 272 of these spread across the country are already operational. And young people are accessing digital jobs as content creators, digital jobs as software developers, digital jobs within the business processing outsourcing, and many other opportunities through online opportunities. Other than the Kazi Mtandaoni, Kazi Maju, which brings us here today. And Kazi Maju complements all these approaches that I've already illustrated. In the Kazi Maju, we are saying in a globalized world, it really doesn't matter where you find a job. You can find a job here in Nairobi. You can find a job virtually through your computer and your phone. But you can also find a job in a friendly country like Qatar, or many other countries that are increasingly opening up their nations for workers from Kenya. It really doesn't matter. The same way someone born in Garissa can come and work in Nairobi is the same way somebody born in Machakos can find a job in Qatar, in Doha. And therefore we need to explain that Kazi Maju is not a migration program. It needs to be clarified. Kazi Maju is a labor mobility program to assist workers to access jobs outside Kenya. They remain patriotic, they love their country, and the opportunities provided by our friends, including Qatar, are opportunities for them to go and work. And we pray that they will stay there, obey the laws of Qatar, and be able to create friendships and networks in that country but we are not sending them away. We are asking them to invest in Kenya, and they are always free to come back home at whatever point. Once they get skills, once they invest enough, they are always able to come back. We could keep on sending more and more. So this is about labor mobility. It's not about migration. In order to meet this aspiration, we recognize the need for structuring our training to meet local demand, even as we prepare labor for the international market. Our education system, now going through reforms, is working to keep up with the trends in the industry. The traditional job market has changed. Schools that have been producing graduates who are less useful to industry are now under reorganization to align with industry needs. Educationists and industry stakeholders now have the opportunity to create strong partnerships to design a better balanced mix. It will now be possible to keep abreast with the latest technologies and trends so that we can increase the chances of youths finding opportunities. We are also laying emphasis on recognition of prior learning under the Recognition of Prior Learning Program. Under this program, skilled Kenyans who have no certificates are being recognized and issued with certificates by government-accredited institutions to arm them in their search for jobs. There are people who have prior learning as masons, carpenters, as plumbers, and we are working now with our TVET institutions and other training institutions to recognize some of these skills and accredit them based on global and internationally accepted standards in the industry. The government is focusing on vocational and technical education as a core strategic agenda. Through this approach, we are ensuring that our youth are not just employable, but thrive in an increasingly competitive global market. The success stories achieved so far in this space are living proof of what is possible when talent meets opportunity. So far, over 6,000 skilled workers have been certified under the Recognition of Prior Learning Program. 6,170 coxswains have been trained. 272 ICT hubs across Kenya have been set up to establish a platform for digital jobs, such as content creators and software development. Through industrial-based attachments, we have secured the training of farm hands and farm managers and built a strong constituency of certified masons, plumbers, and carpenters through the affordable housing program and other construction works. This initiative is a promise to every Kenyan worker that your government will stand by you, from equipping you with the right skills to protecting your rights wherever you go to provide labor in service to self and country. The future is bright. To the youth, the future is yours to shape. Take full advantage of the opportunities provided through the various initiatives I have illustrated, vocational training programs, and government-backed platforms. Your energy and innovation are Kenya's greatest assets. To the private sector, we urge you to intensify your engagement in job creation, especially in emerging sectors like technology, agribusiness, and the creative economy. Together, let us build ecosystems that nurture dreams and deliver results. The government of Kenya remains steadfast in its mission to foster an inclusive economy where every citizen has the opportunity to contribute and succeed. I thank you all for your active participation, innovative ideas, and unwavering commitment to this shared journey. As we leave this fair, let us carry forward the vision of a Kenya where every young person has a chance to thrive, where businesses flourish, and where our creative industries shine brightly on the global stage. Together, let us continue building a Kenya that works for all. Mabibi na mabwana, nimefurahi kufika hapa siku ya leo. Siku ya leo tunasherekea vijana wetu ambao wataanza kusafiri kutoka nchini kwenda mji wa Doha kule Qatar. Kutoka leo mpaka weekend hii, vijana 300 wa kwanza wataanza safari zao kuelekea Doha kupitia mswada wa nchi rafiki ya Kenya ya Qatar, ambayo imefungua taifa lao kwa wafanyakazi kutoka nchi yetu ya Kenya. Tunashukuru sana na tunasema hii ni njia moja ya njia 3 ambazo serikali inatumia kupatia vijana wetu ajira na kupatia watu wa Kenya matumaini ya kiuchumi, ili nchi yetu iwe nchi sawa na nchi ambao wale ambao hawana kazi ni wachache, na ikiwezekana kila mtu katika taifa letu awe na ajira. Njia ya kwanza ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunabuni nafasi za kazi hapa nchini kupitia wale ambao tunaendelea kuajiri katika idara ya umma ama sekta ya umma, wafanyikazi kama wafanyikazi wa umma, kama polisi, wanajeshi na wafanyikazi wa wizara mbalimbali katika taifa letu la Kenya na katika magatuzi yetu. Lakini vile vile kuna wale wanapata kazi katika sekta ya kibinafsi, na tunapongeza sekta ya kibinafsi na tunaahidi sekta ya kibinafsi ya kwamba tutaendelea kupanua uchumi wetu ili mpate biashara zenu zikue, muweze kuajiri Wakenya zaidi katika biashara zenu. Kwa hivyo tunaendelea kubuni nafasi hapa nchini, lakini vile vile tunaendelea kubuni nafasi katika mitandao, nafasi za kazi. Vijana wengi siku ya leo, sio Kenya pekee, kote duniani wanafanya kazi za kimitandao, na ndiposa tunajenga vituo 1450 katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Kati ya hiyo idadi, vituo 272 viko tayari na vinatumika, na vijana wengi wameanza kupata kazi za kimitandao. Sehemu ya 3 na ya mwisho katika pembe 3 za serikali hii za kubuni nafasi za kazi ni kupeleka Wakenya wale wanataka na wanapata nafasi katika nchi ambazo ni rafiki na nchi ya Kenya, waende pale wafanye kazi, wapate hela. Hiyo hela wasaidie jamii zao, wawekeze katika nchi yetu, na wakipata hela ya kutosha ama wakipata ujuzi wa kutosha, wako na uhuru kurudi nyumbani. Kwa hivyo sisi hawa vijana wetu hatuwafukuzi Kenya, ni kazi tu wameenda. Kama vile mtu anaweza kuwa ametoka Garissa apate kazi Nairobi, lakini yeye kwao nyumbani ni Garissa. Kama vile tunasema siku ya leo, vijana ambao wamepata kazi, bado nyinyi ni wa Kenya, lakini tumewapatia kazi pale na ni masaa 4-5 tu kama unataka kurudi Kenya. This is your country, you are always welcome. We want also, tunataka pia kusema ya kwamba tuna mpango wa kutambua vipawa vya wale ambao ni wafanyakazi hawakufanikiwa kwenda shule, lakini wako na ujuzi. Wengi wao wako katika sekta ya jua kali, wanajua umekaniki, wanajua kazi ya mambo ya shamba, wanajua udreva, wanajua mambo mengi, wana ujuzi lakini hawana cheti. Tuko na mpango wa kuwapatia hao vyeti ili pia wapate nafasi ya kazi. Kwa hivyo siku ya leo mimi nafurahi sana. Naomba Wakenya waunge mkono vijana wetu ambao wanaenda ng'ambo. Tuwaombee na pia tuombee nchi zetu marafiki ambao wanatupatia nafasi kama hizi Nchi ya Qatar imesema kwa mfano iko na nafasi ya zaidi ya 8,000 za watu wetu ya Kenya, nchi moja tu, na zinaweza hata kuongezeka. Jameni, tusipinge mradi ya Wakenya ambao hawana kazi na wamepata kazi na wanataka kwenda kufanya hiyo kazi, na hatuwafukuzi Kenya. Wewe kama uko na kazi, shukuru Mungu. Kuna mwingine hana kazi, na sehemu hii tunatumia serikali ni kutafutia vijana wetu kazi mahali popote pale. Ile kazi tunapata hapa tunapatia vijana wetu, ile kazi tunapata kule nje tunapatia vijana wetu, kazi ambayo tunapata kwa mitandao tunapatia vijana wetu. Kwa hivyo mimi sitaki kuwachosha sana, nimeshukuru sana kuwa hapa na watakia kila laheri. Your Excellency the Ambassador, I was praising your country for supporting Kenya. We don't take it for granted, and this is what friendly relations is all about. It's about action, not talk. It's about practical results. We really appreciate you. Kenyans are very good workers. They are hardworking, law-abiding, well-skilled. They will serve your country well. They will stay well. They will abide by the laws of your country. They will make friendships and networks, and they are always welcome back whenever they want to come home. We have enough people. If you want us to give you people every day, we have enough people, 5.5 million skilled workers who do not have an opportunity today. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru sana na watakia baraka ya Mwenyezi Mungu kwa niaba ya Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Mheshimiwa William Ruto ambaye amenituma hapa. Kwa niaba ya sisi zote tunashukuru, na sasa it is now my pleasure to officially flag off the first cohort of 300 young people who are going to work in Qatar. Safari njema, Mungu wabariki, mubarikiwe, familia zenu zibarikiwe. We will always be there to support you. Once more, my colleagues, led by CS Mutua, thank you for the good job. Thank you for the partnerships, the friendships, you're going out of your way to make sure that this program works. And at the risk of repeating myself, this is the most consequential program that the government can do to its people. Finding opportunities for young people. You don't know how many families are touched by this event today. You have no idea. So I'm not worried about people who are criticizing, and I'm wondering why a Kenyan should criticize a fellow Kenyan who has got a job. So I wish you well and God bless you. Asante sana. God bless you and keep you.